Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be discussing the bow staff, and I'm going to show you guys a small little tidbit correction that I made with all of my students. I am teaching them this for their next testing. It's not a long form. I won't do the form for you today. I'm just going to show you a few techniques here. But let me first discuss the bow staff. So bow staff is, I am teaching the mid-range bow staff, okay? There's a mid-range bow staff style, and then there is a long-range bow staff style. Mid-range is you use both ends of the weapon, okay? Long-range bow staff is you just use one end of the bow staff, okay? And there's a lot of this, you're using only one side of the bow staff, kind of like a bat. With mid-range bow staff, you can get a lot more out of it because you're using both ends of the bow staff. Your arms are pretty much going to be shoulder width apart or a little bit further out. If you get too far out, the weapon is unusable and you get kind of caught up in a lot of, they're too short. You're just going to use it kind of like a kayak, and you're not going to get very good power out of it as well. But if you keep it kind of shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, then you're going to get that good solid strike motion and a good targeting there, okay? But what I'm going to work on right now is the hand-foot timing, just like you would use in normal open hand poomsays, forms, katas, hand-foot timing. You're going to use the same technique on a weapon, okay? Whether it's a katana, whether it's nunchucks, the sanjabongs, the bongmangi, that 2-foot stick, or the double hand-foot timing is going to be used across the board for everything, and that's how it's used. We're going to be using this this hand-foot timing. If you're a martial artist, you understand that that's just the part of martial arts, and that's how you generate the most power. Okay, so let's get to this. So the other day I had to correct a few of my students on this hand-foot timing. It wasn't a big correction, but I wanted to get that correction in there. Not that I was looking for perfection out of them, because you know that they are still white, orange, yellow belts, block 1 system. I'm not looking for perfection, but I am looking for, this is the right direction for being a good martial artist. You know, if I would just let it go and be like, I'll take care of it, you know, a couple of years down the road when they're, you know, blue, brown, red belts. Once they start getting into that bad habit, it's really hard to kick them out of that habit. And you're going to be working a lot harder to get them up to their black belt. But if you kind of just take the time, you see a correction and you correct it, at least you're not looking for perfection, but you're looking for that, nope, let's get you back on the right track of this, rather than like, oh, I'll just, you know, get them 200-300 miles this direction, and then once they get their black belt, then you have to, like, you know, make a quick, you know, 100-mile straight line back to the right correction that they make. So instead of doing that, let's just slowly get them back on that good track of being a good martial artist. So here's what the technique is, okay? So I'm going to show you two things. One's going to be right, one's going to be wrong, and tell me what you guys see and which one. Comment down below which one you guys think is the correct way and which one is the wrong way, okay? So here's the two. First one, I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to give 2 steps, and I'm just going to do 2 strikes, one on both sides, 2 different ways, okay? All right, here's the first way. Okay, there. Now here's the second way. Okay, so hopefully you guys saw that. Comment down below which one you you think first two strikes or the second two strikes here. Okay, I'm not going to tell you which one it is until here in just a few minutes, but we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so here's that small correction. Okay, so when we're, let me put the bow step off here, and I'll just use my hand for right now. Okay, so when we're punching something, okay, we're pretty much preparing, you know, into the armpits, okay, and we're going to take a step and then punch, right? Now if we start drawing this hand out as we step, that is incorrect. What we want to do is we want to keep this prepared until that last second. Okay, this is what good martial arts forms, poomsays, katas are. It's that hand-foot timing that us as judges look for. If we see a lot of this going on in our forms, and not this, okay, like keep this, or if you are going to prepare, and I'm going to show you this technique in a second too, prepare when we step out, okay, we don't want to do that. We want to keep this out here until that last second, and then we want to just snap it out nice, hard, and crisp, so we get the, because this, when we're doing this as we're stepping or blocking, and we're stepping and we're already unloading our power, okay, it's like we're half loaded. We're not gonna, we don't have the full power that we have when we do that hand-foot time. And hold this in here for as long as you can, right when that foot steps. Okay, same thing with the bow staff. Okay, keep this either prepared for as long as you can, and then come out and then snap it right at that last second. Okay, now here's another method for this. So we prepare like this. Okay, so when we're preparing, okay, one hand is on the belt or the side of your hip, the other one you want to kind of keep it, that's why I say have your hands out just a little bit further so you can get more of a stronger grip and motion on your bow staff. If you have your hand out here, it's not as strong. You want to sync it up real close to your hip, and then really kind of, so now you have a good grip and you have some good power on this bow staff. But when we have this bow staff tip out, okay, and we're striking, stepping and striking, okay, if we step and strike at the same time, in a scenario where, you know, you would use this, I don't see why you would, unless you're using it for a walking stick and you got to defend yourself from a mountain lion or a bear, something like that. This might be a good deal. And then even the walking sticks have those nice metal tips at the end. Just saying, that might be a cool weapon all in its own if you're getting attacked by a mountain lion and a bear, one of them predators up there in the mountains for hiking, things like that, right? So, but that would be the only thing that I would do. But even that, you know, let's say you're, you know, keeping your distance from, you know, potential animal attack, things like that, okay? If you let this tip go, that's gonna give them a shot to come right in at you when you're wanting to strike them, right? So when you're doing is you're gonna keep this out here, keep it out, whop, and then that last second, whop, and then you're gonna come in with the strike or, you know, the stab, whatever technique you're gonna do. But just that hand-foot timing, don't keep following this out with your foot. Keep this prepared for as long as you can, and then that last second where you're gonna step and punch, execute it from here and not halfway out here, right? Because you're losing a lot of power this way rather than this way. You have the full cocky motion, full prepared motion for that good strong board break, that good strong strike, whatever it is, that good strong block. You know, here to here, that good strong block, strike, whatever it is. This is where the power comes in, okay? So if you charge it halfway out and you're following your hands or your feet, you're losing a lot of power. Same thing with the bow staff. You're losing a lot of snap and a lot of power. And judges for testing don't want to see that. They want to see this nice sharp motion, hand-foot timing of it being fully charged, and then right there, okay? So kind of take this instruction. I just kind of wanted to share that with YouTube today. That's what I'm teaching my kids right now. And if you're interested, please comment down below, and I'll do a lot more of these with this weapon. We're going to be doing this for at least about, well, for a long time. So this is our primary weapon for our color belts to learn, okay? So with that being said, train hard, train smart, and I'll see you in the next one.